Warning, there is a good chance Bitcoin Mike has no idea what he's talking about. Do your own research. Enjoy the show. Thank you. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. All right. Let's see what's going on in those markets today, folks. Okay, so this article is from yesterday. Bitcoin tanks after Fed Chair Powell said interest rate cuts in 2023 are not likely, and Bitcoin dropped down to, I believe, like 26,685. I don't remember getting that low, but I guess it did. So, of course, today, well, going back to yesterday, everyone's freaking out. Oh my God, bull run over. And now, of course, today, we're right back up to, where are we right now? 28,000. Yeah, right back up to 28,300. So that's positivity, folks. That is a bullish market. So it does look like Bitcoin is kind of leading the pack at this point. There is renewed confidence in Bitcoin. People just don't trust the Fed. They don't trust Powell. I mean, Powell pretty much just brushed off yesterday everything about the banks. Like, oh, little hiccup, no problem. And I think people are like, what the hell is he talking about? So people are putting their money into, I guess you could say, safer assets, or at least alternative assets like gold, silver, and of course, you can't forget about Bitcoin. So here's an article: Bitcoin erases Fed losses as traders eye 40K Bitcoin price target, which I think is certainly possible by the end of the year, possibly even sooner if another bank collapses. So Bitcoin returned to near 29,000 on March 23rd as bulls ignored news of a fresh United regulatory shutdown. There was also some bad news that Coinbase got a Wells notice, what they call it, when you're about to get sued by the SEC. And here's an article: crypto will be over in the U.S. if Coinbase loses battle with SEC. This industry participant says. Well, what battle are they even talking about? So I know the SEC is suing Coinbase because they offer staking products. If Coinbase is not able to offer staking products, that will absolutely hurt Coinbase's bottom line and profit margin. But I think Coinbase would still exist. But the good news is Coinbase has decided to fight the charges. So this all came out yesterday. Coinbase dropped 14%. Coinbase is still really, really high. I mean, it's over double where it was just like a couple months ago. Kathy Wood actually sold a bunch of her Coinbase yesterday, and then you get this news today. So it's almost like maybe she has some inside baseball. But crypto exchange Coinbase said on Wednesday it received a Wells notice from the Securities and Exchange Commission, which could lead to formal charges. The SEC Wells notice was regarding an unspecified portion of the exchange's listed digital assets. Its staking services, Coinbase Earn, Coinbase Prime, Coinbase Wallet, blah, blah, blah. Now, the funny thing is, like, Coinbase, compared to like other exchanges, hardly has any coins. Most of the coins that Coinbase actually lists are like ERC20 coins. I mean, you compare like Coinbase to like Binance.us even. Binance.us just has more. There's more staking. So for the SEC to go after Coinbase really is petty. But like I've said in previous videos, the SEC is going to go after everybody. Because if something happens with Coinbase down the line and the SEC didn't go after Coinbase, then people are just going to say, well, SEC, why'd you let this happen? So like I've said in my previous videos, I think SEC is going to sue everybody. They're going to go after everybody. And it's simply to cover your ass. I don't even think it's personal. A lot of people think with Gary Gensler it's personal. I just think he wants to keep his job, and it's about covering your ass. Hey, if I sue everybody, if I go after everybody, when the shit hits the fan in a couple of years, we go into the next bear market and something happens, I can say, hey, look, I tried. So right now, it does look like Coinbase is going to fight this, which is great. Coinbase has the money to do it. And it will probably take years. It's probably going to take 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Look how long this whole Ripple whole debacle has been. They're going on, 2 or 3 years with that. So this is like the early stages. So don't expect anything to come out of this anytime soon. Expect a lot of pumps, a lot of dumps with the Coinbase stock. It's going to be, Coinbase is going to start trading like XRP. Like, oh, a positive news comes out via the court via the courts, then Coinbase pumps. Oh, something negative comes out in benefit of the SEC, then Coinbase dumps. I can see that happening, but I do see Coinbase surpassing all-time highs by this time next year. I do think Coinbase is a buy, even though it's still double where it was, but it's down 14% today. So that's the Coinbase news. The other big news today, Quan was arrested. You know, everybody was talking about, oh, Quan's never going to get arrested. He's going to be a fugitive forever. No, it just takes time, folks. You know, unless you're a convicted murderer, they don't like actually send like a task force out to get you. They just wait for you to come to them. You know, like white collar crimes, they issue out a warrant for you, and eventually you're going to do something stupid. Like you're going to have to go to the airport, you're going to get pulled over for a traffic violation, and then you're going to get arrested. You know, the task forces that they send out are more for, you know, like if you rob a bank with violence or like you murder somebody. So we all knew Quan would eventually become arrested. And apparently he was in an airport, I guess, trying to use false documents. So the charge of actually using false passports or documents may actually lead him in more trouble than the actual whole Terra Luna collapse. So we'll be following this one. So folks, you know, as we go bullish into this year with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you see the positivity. They say, wow, have things changed. You got Sam Bankman-Fried up on charges. He'll probably spend the rest of his life in jail. And now you have Quan arrested, and we have Bitcoin up to, what, $28,000. Some of the altcoins are starting to show some bullishness too. Cardano, 37 cents. XRP still almost 45 cents. So we're digging ourselves out of the hole, so to speak. And before we go, a little bit of Cardano news. You know I have to talk about Cardano. Mostly bullish. Almost all Cardano indicators show upcoming surge for Cardano. You know, Cardano's been held back for a long time. As we all know, Bitcoin's been kind of on its run. This is the same thing I saw with Cardano back in 2018, 2019. I've seen it before. I lived it. The only difference is back in 2019, I really was like a nervous wreck. I was just like, oh my God, did I invest in the right projects? Because Cardano's just not doing anything. But Cardano likes to consolidate, it likes to hang out, and then it likes to explode. So majority of Cardano indicators are showing that cryptocurrency is on its way up. Cardano has recently experienced a significant surge in price with an impressive 17% increase. The price jump has caught the attention of investors and traders alike, as nearly all indicators for the cryptocurrency now display bullish data. The uptrend has been accompanied by a rise in profitability, a shift in the bid-ask volume imbalance, and a change in momentum on futures markets. So I do believe that Cardano it's ready to just blow up. I think we're close. You know, of course, everything kind of comes down to Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin drops down to $20,000 tomorrow, Cardano's not going to do anything, obviously. But if Bitcoin kind of continues hanging out at that $27,000, $28,000 level, I do think Cardano is going to be one of the next altcoins to pump. It pumped like 15% just the other day from 32 to 38. And I do believe that a lot of big money is blowing into Cardano. I saw an article the other day. A lot of whales are accumulating Cardano. Transaction volume is up on Cardano. So don't overlook Cardano, but don't overlook a lot of these altcoins. You know, we are going to see a lot of bullishness in Bitcoin. If more banks collapse, we're going to see Bitcoin steal the show. So yeah, you want to own some Bitcoin. There's no question about it. You do not want to not have any Bitcoin. But once you own a little bit of Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin's 10, 15, 20% of your portfolio. If you're in this game to make money, just remember the altcoins are where the significant gains are. I don't care what narrative they're trying to put down your throat, like, oh my God, banks are collapsing, so everybody's going to go into Bitcoin now. I mean, even if they do, even if a couple banks collapse and Bitcoin goes up to $40,000, that's only going to push the altcoins up as well. Eventually, people get sick of Bitcoin and they put their money in altcoins. You just want to make sure you're in good quality altcoins. Oh, and I also want to talk about, really quickly, I want to talk about Hex. We've been talking about Hex on this channel since it was like 0.02. Up to almost 0.11, so it's basically like a double or a triple from where we bought it. You have to remember that Pulse chain is coming out pretty soon. I do believe Richard Hart is trying to time it with an actual Bitcoin pump, altcoin pump. I really think Richard Hart is just like as long as he's controlling things, I think he wants to get the most ROI for not only himself, his followers. So it doesn't make sense to release Pulse Chain when altcoins aren't pumping. The best time to release altcoins is when altcoins start their move up, whether that's next month or in a few months. It's coming. And once that happens, you're going to see Hex go absolutely crazy, which it already has. I believe Hex, even at these levels, is a 15, 20, 30x this time next year. So it's not too late to get into Hex. Like I said, when you invest in Hex, I've said this in previous videos, you're investing in Richard Heart. If you don't like Richard Heart, don't invest in Hex, because you are buying a little piece of Richard Heart with every Hex. You're buying his personality, his mind, whatever he does affects the price. If he tweets something wrong, it crashes the price. If something happens to Richard Heart, he gets arrested, that will crash the price. But I don't see any of that happening. I think Richard Heart has a plan. He's stuck to it. And people who have stuck by Hex are doing extremely well. I only wish I put more money into it. You know, as far as altcoins, it's one of the coins I put the least amount of money into it. So, but it's one of my biggest gainers. So that's just how it goes sometimes. There's a lot of fun with Richard Heart, but he knows what he's doing, guys. Like I've been studying Richard Heart for a long time, trying to figure out if he's a scammer or not. I've seen nothing that indicates he's a scammer. All of his advice has been right on. So if you're looking for a coin that, yeah, it's risky. It's more risky than some other altcoins, but you put some money into it and check back next year. I think Hex is still a 20, 30, even 40x from here, depending on how the market goes. So, wow, look at that chart on Hex. Absolutely incredible. Okay, folks, that's pretty much it. You know, I've said it all. You know, there's not too much news. We dumped yesterday. Now we're pumping today. That's the way it goes. Don't get caught up in these short-term price movements on Bitcoin. I know a lot of people yesterday were like, oh my God, it's over. And they're selling out. Now today we're right back where we were. It's pointless. I was like that too in 2017. Every day, every little price movement mattered. I'm buying and selling. Folks, everything we've preached on this channel is pretty much coming true. You know, Bitcoin went from $15,000. Now we're almost at $30,000. By this time next year, we're going to be in a full-blown bull market. If we're not, I'll eat my hat and admit I was wrong. But if you follow those 4-year Bitcoin cycles, we're only like a year away. And we're probably only a couple months away from Bitcoin hitting $30,000, $35,000, $40,000. And once that happens, you're going to see, you've seen Bitcoin make its next leg up. Now we want to see altcoins make their next leg up. What does that mean? Okay, Bitcoin went from 15,000 to 30,000 or whatever. Now we're going to see Cardano go from 30 cents to $1, $1.50. Then you'll see Theta go from $1 to $2. They make their next leg up. And then next year, they really make their next leg up. So that's kind of what we're waiting for right now. All right, folks, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.